Tina from tinahills.com. Check out my blogs, check out my live shows, subscribe, hit like, share with your friends, means so much. I am here today to discuss personalities based on astrological archetypes. And the two components of your natal chart that I will emphasize on will be the sun and the moon. In astrology, the sun stands for your exterior self, or the way you project yourself to the world, or the way you want to be perceived, all right? And the moon basically signifies your emotional self, who you are internally, who you are when the mask falls off, who you are when no one is watching. That is the moon sign. Now, in pop culture astrology, we concentrate on the sun sign, which is pretty sad because it is not really a true way to analyze an individual. It's one component. It is about how they project their power, their ki out into the world, okay? But how do we truly understand an individual if we don't know anything about their emotions? What goes on when no one is watching? Who are we inside, right? So that is something that the moon sign can tell us. So if you don't know your moon sign, just do a little Google and there'll be millions of websites that'll pop up that will give you your moon sign. Of course, you have to feed in little details like your name, your place of birth, your date of birth, and your time of birth. The time is important for your ascendant, so please call your mom up and get the time. Otherwise, just check your birth certificate. You probably have it in there. Now, so you've understood the sun and the moon, right? Sun exterior, moon interior. Yin, yang, okay? Male, female, right? Now, your moon is in Gemini. Gemini is a yang sign. It's the third sign of the zodiac, okay? And it's ruled by Mercury. So the impulse of Gemini is the need to communicate. Gemini is all about communication and sometimes verbal diarrhea. So Geminis will start a joke, speak with different people at the table, hop on to the next table, make new friends, start controversies because they gossiped a bit too much or they revealed a bit too much to their friend's spouse or some shit like that, because not because they're being malicious. It's because they feel the need to put into words or writing anything that they experience, even if it's emotions or even if it's feelings. They don't want to feel deep emotions. Some Gemini moons I know, high trauma, they don't want to face it. It becomes difficult to work with them because they don't want to really dive into anything deep. They swim in shallow waters. It's almost this duality of the 3Ds pulling and tugging away at them and taking them to different places in one go. And here they're being pulled here and they're being pulled there and they're being pulled there and they're being pulled there. And they don't have that center, that focus, okay? Now here your sun is sorry, I think I just started discussing Scorpio. I'm not sure. But if I was, this is about Sagittarius sun. So your sun is in Sagittarius, okay? Now Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter. Now Jupiter is a planet of expansion. It's known as Brihaspati in Vedic astrology, and it is known as the great benefit, the great giver, the patron, the helper, the guru, the teacher is Jupiter, you know. And so your sun's in Sag. And Sag is all about philosophy, higher thinking, adventures, foreign cultures. So if you can take in that Gemini energy of wanting to communicate, and you can really take it in the realm of foreign affairs, you can work in international relationships, you can be a creative corporate strategist, you can do so much with this. You can work with foreigners very well with Sag Suns usually. Sagittarians are so all-encompassing that they can easily accept, understand, respect foreign cultures. They are not known to be fanatics. They're known to be extremely liberal. They're a fire sign. They're very imaginative, wild, very outdoorsy. They love trekking. So you probably have that aspect. You know, Gemini being an air, you're a quick thinker. You may even be into adventure sports, and you may even blog about it, okay? And if you have your Mars and Sag, woohoo, go for it. You know, use your Gemini moon and your need to put all these experiences that you're having with all the wild adventures you go through being a Sag sun. Then, you know, you can really amplify all those experiences with words and really communicate it out there to the world. That's an amazing aspect. And if you have a well-placed Jupiter, then yeah, bam, go for it. Also well-placed Mercury, some sort of link up between them, amazing. You can then expand on your communication, really expand. And with the sun being your exterior self, you project that wide vista that you look at. You can inspire people, you know, with Sag Sun. And if you communicate well and not given to the dubious, duplicitous energies of Gemini, or the self-destructive energies of Gemini, where it just does not know when to concentrate. And Gemini can be pretty shallow. Sag also, on the other hand, can be pretty shallow and impersonal and detached. So if you combine these two, there could be a sort of a tremendously selfish, shallow individual. And there's nothing to be, you know, offended about this if you're going through this, because facing your shadows is why you're doing this, why you're watching this video. And once you understand your shadow self, it becomes easy to work through the energies, you know. So if you have this placement, use it constructively. Write about your philosophies. Go for higher education, because Mercury being with in your communication planet, that's in your moon sign, it'll really help you communicate and get a higher education, and maybe, you know, write a book, and that will sell to many people. So of course there are other components to this, but you get the drift, right? Jupiter also has this tendency to expand. Oh, another thing about a person who has this placement is they may be notorious in their love life, as in very difficult people to commit. Gemini moon people are not known to commit easily at all, okay? And Sag people, their outlook is so broad, and they don't want to be tied down. All they want is their own freedom, that it becomes quite challenging mixing these two energies. You may get someone you're really in love with. If you are watching this because you're in love with someone who has this placement and he's really not giving you what you want, then it's because he does not want to restrict himself, and he's not even sure probably, because Sag just wants an adventure. Sag just wants, like, you know, let's go somewhere else, let's move somewhere else, let's meet some people. Now, Sag people, they love traveling. Sag Sun people, they just love traveling. And their travel is not that 5-star or that, you know, go to the festival or go to a place to party and come back. They want to really backpack. They want to go and experience the food, the culture, mix with the people, because they're very broad-minded. And they love different philosophies and exchange of ideas, and they're very creative. Fire, you know, it is ultimately the last fire sign. and it's supremely powerful because it's ruled by Jupiter, who's the second largest object in the solar system. So keeping up with its ruler, Sag likes expansion, likes to grow, likes to grow. So if you use communication and really balance out your internal verbal diary and whatever's just going in, Gemini moon people, I always say silence. Understand silence. Chat to yourself till silence can be felt. And that'll be profound for you. Sag loves meditation. It's a very spiritual sign. So use that and use your, to quieten your mind, use yoga, use meditation. Really work for you. I hope you liked this video. If you did, subscribe and like, share, comment, blah, 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 you know all that. Find me Twitter, Instagram, and spread the love. What else can I say? Consider a donation or book a private reading.